I sure can. Good morning. Let's get more vigorous. Good morning. Welcome to First Parish Unitarian Universalist in Brookline. We seek to make a safe and brave home for everyone to bring their authentic, vulnerable selves and connect with each other as we explore together life's big questions and mysteries. I was thinking about the word worship, and it's a word that maybe feels really natural and like a home for some of us, and for some of us not so much. It might not resonate. We're not here because we want a traditional religious worship. So I invite us today to consider the Old English roots of the word worship, meaning high respect, honor, or the condition of being worthy, dignity. We take this time out of our busy weeks to honor the inherent worth and dignity of all beings, to honor the holiness of the world we inhabit together. We make this time holy, worshipful, by gathering together with intention and care. I'm Elisa Connor. My pronouns are she, her. I'm serving as worship associate today, and I'm thrilled to welcome the Reverend Joe Murphy, who will lead us this morning. Reverend Joe is the executive director of UU Mass Action, and with passion and zest, mobilizes and organizes with the many UU Mass Action campaigns. UU Mass Action organizes around many different justice issues and has recently added a focus on trans justice and democracy. And we're all invited to attend the UU Mass Action's end-of-year celebration and talent show on June 11th at First Parish in Concord, so I'm sure that is, you can investigate that on the internet. Joe is also kept busy as a chaplain at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center in Boston and caring for her 3-year-old. She loves liberation, the ocean, and a fine chicken dinner. We're thrilled to have Reverend Joe share with us this morning. And after the service, I'm inviting everyone to join us at our social hour for caffeine and really great snacks, as usual, heading out this door and down the hall. If you're new or if this is your first time, you get a special welcome, and we're thrilled to say hello to people after the service. I want to bring your attention to the calendar insert in your order of service this morning, and I'm going to mention just a couple of things. The church picnic is coming up, and some parts of that will be provided, but we're invited to bring, I think, salad and fruit and some stuff like that. And summer services, that planning is upon us, and those of us on the worship committee are signing people up and ready to support folks who maybe never had led a service before lead one of these lay-led services. So next Sunday, I invite you to join Reverend Joe Cherry in a workshop on how to craft a Sunday service. And I have this beautiful graphic organizer sign-up sheet, which I will be gently approaching people with it at the social hour. And if you're interested in leading a service or helping to do this job, worship associate, which is like being the service MC, or supporting with the music, we'll be thrilled to have you share of your talents this summer. And now I invite Reverend Joe forward to come lead us in our call to worship, where we remind ourselves of dignity and worth of all things.
Good morning. Our words to open up the worship this morning are a poem by Rachel Beachy. These days I keep hope in one pocket and grief in the other, like coins. I never know how to handle change, but to move forward I have to feel both. Let us worship this morning with pocketfuls of hope that when needed make room for grief. Let us worship. If you would now join me in rising as you are willing and able in singing our first opening hymn, Come Thy Fount of Every Blessing, in the gray hymnal 126.
I invite Nancy to come forward and light their chalice. Please all join in reading our community's covenant found in your order of service and up here, first in Spanish and then in English. Nos entregamos y nos comprometemos a caminar juntos como congregación, prometiendo con mucha fe cuidarnos mutuamente y deleitarnos en el amor que permanecerá entre nosotros. We give ourselves one unto another, covenanting to walk together as a congregation, promising faithfully to watch over one another and to delight for love to abide in our midst. And now's the time where we're officially singing the children out to their RE programs. I think they're there already. But let us sing this song as a blessing. The children are here, and now we're about to sing them out. So they're making an entrance just in time for us to serenade them with this blessing. I love children noise. About once a month, we take the time in our service to name our joys and sorrows out loud among us, and then just give ourselves space to feel that pocket full of griefs that we hold, as well as joys and hopes. So this is the time where people can come forward, choose a pebble, and place in our historic baptismal font and share a brief joy or sorrow. As you share, I invite you to start with your name and pronouns, speak directly and clearly into the microphone. It has to be closer to your mouth than you think, and share briefly and from the heart. And then at the end, I'll lead us in our closing. And this was new to me, and it wasn't previewed anywhere, so in case you forgot, we'll all say, and I'll lead us, there's a love holding me, there is a love holding you, there is a love holding us. We rest in that love. And now I invite people to come forward to share a pebble of joy or sorrow.
Laura, hi, she, her. I have a pebble of joy for having Reverend Joe here. Some of you might not know how important UU Mass Action is to us. Sarah Pearl and I attend every month the UU Mass Action Immigration Justice Zoom, and we are inspired by their work, and much of what we do in this church is based on the ways that they inspire us. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Susie, she, her, and gosh, I'm having reminiscence of COVID because everyone is so spaced out right now. Anyway, that's an aside. I have a pebble of concern and just sending your positive juju or whatever it is that you believe. My closest childhood friend who I grew up with just had her third open heart surgery at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, and she is in recovery, so she ended up having to have a second one because of something that needed to be fixed, but she's doing okay, but it would just be, it just happened. So it would be really great to send some love. Her name is Loring Baker, and I would appreciate any positive thoughts for her healing and recovery. Thank you.
I'm Tanya, she, her. I have a pebble of joy. I have a dear friend who's getting married in Italy in a couple weeks, and I'm going with Madeline. That should probably be 3 pebbles of joy. And the other is one of concern. One of our dear friends wound up in the hospital from our assisted living, and we're all worried about her. So hopefully she will have as good a result as we can get. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Bob Williamson, he, his. This is an impulsive move on my part. I didn't have a joy or didn't have a concern, but I had a real appreciation for these moments of coming to church and realizing, oh yeah, this is the part of the week when I just, relax into my spirit, and my community, and sing, and it's just such a joy. I've done this for a long time, and I can't believe how nourishing it is. And the surprise to me was that while I was sitting there, I said, yes, I'm going to do a summer service. And I hadn't announced that publicly, but I figured I needed to announce it publicly in order to actually do it. And I thought of who I was going to ask, but since I haven't asked him, I'm looking forward to creating something that will be meaningful and give us the pleasure that we have in each other's company.
Hi, my name is Clint. This is a candle of concern for my college friend Craig, who's in hospice in North Carolina, and grateful for our mutual friend Steve for going to visit him.
Elisa, she, her, I'd like to celebrate personally that my child is graduating. Yoo-hoo. And this coming Tuesday, Brookline High School is doing its first inaugural Lavender graduation, and there's been a more robust queer student program to support queer students, and there's lots of kinds of affinity spaces and programs at the high school, which I really value, and they are under some strain and pressure. So I'm also hopeful that those will continue because they're so essential for students who've been historically marginalized. But, go my kid who's graduating, yay. And then, and then I'll do another one before the closing, which is I just want to celebrate us at annual meeting and democracy. And that was my second annual meeting in the row in 2 weekends. I did the Massachusetts Teachers Association one. And democracy is so laborious and boring. And what's efficient and exciting is authoritarianism. So I picked democracy, and I thought we did a really beautiful and gentle with each other job. And it's not easy, and it takes time and commitment, and I'm just appreciative of us showing up for ourselves in that way.
Hi, I'm Betsy, she, her. I have an improbable 55th reunion coming up this weekend. It's amazing that so many of my classmates, show up and are still working and are still, this would have been very, it wouldn't have happened until recently. And because I was lucky or psychologically discerning enough to stay in Boston, about a third of the class is local, and I know them. I'm going to know them all. So it's a great opportunity to backfill a lot of things in your life. My friends remind me what I'm interested in, so I have a good time there. So I'm happy about that.
Good morning, Eleanor Clarkson, she, her. A pebble of gratitude that Julie's treatment is going so well. I'm very, very grateful for that. We continue to have her in our midst. And a pebble of sorrow for the passing of Congressman Barney Frank. He was a wonderful man for many decades, all sorts of trials and tribulations, and he came through. May there be more people like him in our lives. Thank you.
And I will close with one pebble for the joys that are unspoken among us, and another pebble for the sorrows that we are holding in our hearts, and inspired by Reverend Joe Cherry, another one for the great mystery. And I invite you to join me to say together, there is a love holding me, there is a love holding you, there is a love holding all. We rest in that love.
Let us all take a big collective breath together. And as we breathe in and out together, let us feel all the love and holiness present here. Let that love and holiness fill, surround, and hold us, pushing out what's not serving us and leaving what is. May this blessing give us grace and strength and love. May it extend out to all the joys, concerns, and sorrows said here today and the ones that remain on our hearts. We are all holding so much of the world right now. And in this moment of centering, I invite you to join as you're willing and able in joining me in singing Loosen, Loosen, which I'll sing once or twice, and then if you want to join in. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. One more time. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go. Let us remind ourselves that we do not do this work alone and that we do not carry the weight of the world by ourselves. Let us take a couple more breaths in and out. Breathing in the love and togetherness here. Breathing out with a let go. In and out. Let us honor each other's joys, sorrows, and concerns with a commitment that we do not do this work alone and to help each other when we need to let it go.
I send my prayer
Our reading this morning is a poem by Polish poet Adam Zagajewski, translated by Claire Kavanagh. Try to praise the mutilated world. Try to praise the mutilated world. Remember June's long days and wild strawberries, drops of rosé wine. The nettles that methodically overgrow the abandoned homesteads of exiles. You must praise the mutilated world. You watched the stylish yachts and ships. One of them had a long trip ahead of it, while salty oblivion awaited others. You've seen the refugees going nowhere. You've heard the executioners sing joyfully. You should praise the mutilated world. Remember the moments when we were together in a white room and the curtain fluttered. Return in thought to the concert where music flared. You gathered acorns in the park in autumn, and leaves eddied over the earth's scars. Praise the mutilated world, and the gray feather a thrush lost, and the gentle light that strays and vanishes and returns. And now for our offering, where we invite your generosity to help pay for the good work of this community of faith and hope. I celebrated our annual meeting where we shared in the democratic work of debating and voting on our budget. And as we know, money matters and budgets are moral documents. And the giving of our treasure, as well as our time and talents, I consider holy work. So I invite us to give as generously as we are able. Our offering will now be gratefully received. I've been asked to accept these gifts on behalf of the board and the Reverend Joe. They remind us every week how seriously they take these gifts and how committed they are to spending them in accordance with our shared values. Thank you.
Before I begin my sermon, is this on? Oh, there we go. Before I begin my sermon, I have two assignments for you all. The first one, I want to give another plug for UMass Action. Thank you, Laura, for talking about the immigration justice work. And in order to do this plug, I'd like you all to be involved. So when I point to you all, if you could sing back to me, UMass Action. Let's give it a shot. Beautiful. So as was mentioned, my name is Reverend Joe Murphy. I am the director at is a Unitarian Universalist Action Network for the state of Massachusetts. We do legislative and advocacy work in the areas of immigration, immigration justice, climate justice, environmental justice, decarceration work, housing, trans justice, and democracy. Here at we work with congregations such as your own in organizing with our frontline partners who tell us what is impacting them the most. We also have a youth corps in which youths of the congregations decide a justice issue they want to focus on, and we teach and work with them on organizing and working on the issue at hand. If you have any interest in being on newsletter list, please let me know. And regardless, we always accept donations for the work of Thank you so much. The second assignment is the sermon today is about awe and finding hope in awe. And I think it's helpful for these types of sermon to sort of get your input of what awe means to you. So we're going to write a collective poem, and what I'm going to do is just furiously write while people tell me what is awe to you. Where do you find awe? What is awe? Just shout things out. If I need to slow you down, I'll tell you that, and then I'll hurry up a poem that will come later in the sermon. So, what is awe? Where do you find awe? One more time.
Mystery. Love. Music. Singing. Friendship. Seeing one another. Nature.
A few more.
Beyond. Friendship. Awesome, wonderful experience.
All right. The room, though it was dark, glowed. The patient had already died, but was still in the room. I had been paged as a chaplain for a request for Amazing Grace to be sung by potentially multiple people. It took me a while to snag 2 Catholic priests who agreed to sing with me, but as sometimes happens in a spiritual care effort, we were too late. But the body was still there in the room, and for whatever reason, I remember the room being pretty dark with staff coming in and out, cleaning and clearing. The Catholic priest and I were there, and we said, should we just sing it anyway? And we sang, singing for no one in particular and maybe for everyone. Maybe we were singing for the spirit of the patient, singing to the surprise of the shuffling staff. The space transformed. Perhaps the spirit of the patient was still around, and maybe it was an unexpected singing in an unexpected space, but we changed that space. It became a third space, a space that allowed us to lead to wonder, a space to extend beyond the possible, transforming and maybe stretching our dreams, building out a future, building out just a moment that was awe-filled, that was hope-filled. I think we are currently in a time where we should stretch and pull at our dreams, a time where the justice that so wants to challenge the injustice needs that stretching and pulling of our dreams. In his book, Awe, The New Science of Everyday Wonder, Dagmar Keltner, a psychology scholar, defines awe as the feeling of being in the presence of something vast that transcends your current understanding of the world. As Unitarian Universalists, we do not have a dogma or even many rituals that necessarily allow us to access awe, perhaps as easily as other traditions. But this does not mean we don't need or shouldn't access awe. What we do have is a core belief in love, which is an awe-filled concept in of itself. And we have the people to be able to carry this love, this awe-filled love out. Often coupled with awe is surrender, a letting go, a giving in to the vastness, feeling a transcendence that you know goes beyond yourself, and thus you give into it, giving up control or possession, allowing for a newness, an opening, a feeling so strong that some may indeed fall to their knees. I find that my moments of awe are often most experienced with people. In my second year of divinity school, I was going through a rough patch, was tired, emotionally drained, but I had to go preach. The streets of Boston were pretty empty on a Sunday morning, but I was late. I was driving fast. Already on the verge of tears, I didn't see someone as they stepped into the crosswalk. I braked, but I hit a woman, not hard, but she fell down. I got out of my car, tears streaming down my cheeks, my upper body shaking. She slowly got up and looked me in the face, and before I could say anything, she said, "Honey, are you okay?" Well, that of course made me cry more as I reached for her, helping her with her bags and telling her, yes, I'm fine. Are you okay? I hit you with my car. She assured me that yes, she was fine, and we parted ways with her yelling after me, "I hope you are going to church." And I said, "I am on my way." And though I was in the car, safely behind the wheel, driving very slowly away, I surrendered, and metaphorically, I fell to my knees. There's something about experiencing this type of awe that gives me hope. It is a struggle in today's world not to just give in to despair. Awe takes me outside of myself. It takes me outside of myself and lets me look at things with a newness, reminding me of the God that is change, the God that is a spark of love between people, reminding you that people and myself are flawed, but also can be loving, can be forgiving, can fall to their knees in surrender and prayer, can hit someone with their car and be automatically forgiven. As a mother of a toddler, I often surrender. I have a 3-year-old daughter who watches the children's show Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel will often say, "We can do hard things." My toddler has learned this phrase, and in moments where she can sense I am angry, afraid, frustrated, or all of the above, she will put her little hand on my arm and say, "We can do hard things, right, Mama?" She doesn't say everything will be all right, which we don't know if it will be, but we do know that we can do hard things, and I believe that if we do them with awe and with hope, we can be all right. I am in awe of my daughter as her mother, of course, but something else brings me deeper into awe, into wonder. I'm reminded that yes, blah, 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 I'm a decent parent, but also there is a core part of my daughter that is a gift and is part of the ancestors. She is meant to be here. We are meant to be here. We are meant to be here no matter how heartbroken and sad. We are meant to inspire and be in awe. Do not give up the fight, but to give up the idea that we fight alone. This brings me to my knees and allows me a hopeful space that keeps me going. On our knees, we surrender, and with new imagination brought in by the awe, brought in by the hope, we stretch our dreams, surrendering to an unknown future, but actively committing to dreaming and creating room to dream true justice and act upon it. And though the fight may be long and hard, I believe not only does our existence become easier with awe, I think it is necessary for our connections to people, to each other, to the transcendent, to imagination, a deeper connection to each other, to something beyond us, and a wider experience of imagination is all good tools in providing what we need to survive, and not only to survive, but to thrive with the possibility of awe and the deepness of imagination. In this way, awe can lead us to stretch our dreams and then surrender to them. Awe can be all-encompassing, from feeling awe from natural beauty to a terrible sort of awe, the awful part of awe that we may see at the daily news, at difficult events in our lives. When thinking about awe, I not only think about people, I think about that natural beauty. I think about going to Bryce Canyon, seeing that grand expanse of canyon and sky, not believing the depth of beauty, the expanse, but knowing that it is true and real nonetheless. This is awe. I think we need this type of awe right now. This kind of feeling that expands what is possible and allows us to see beyond the reality into a better one. The kind of feeling that says, yes, impossible beauty is possible. Just dream it, just see it. There are moments I have felt the terrible awe, almost on the daily when I read the news, the unbelievable atrocities we inflict on each other, on each other's homes, and even on each other's children. I feel terrible awe a lot around death, particularly the death of my mother. I have a lot of experience with awe, with spreading her ashes across the world. I have spread her ashes now at cottages in Provincetown, where she loved to look out onto the ocean and onto a beautiful parade of drag queens. Here I have sprinkled them near scary shark signs, dunes, and wineries, reminding myself of not only the places she loved, but the beauty that she taught me to love. Her ashes have been spread in so many places her daughters have lived and loved. On the beaches of LA, the American River in Sacramento, a backyard in Malden, Massachusetts, they have been carried to so many islands, beaches, and mountains. I have always prized beauty, not above all else, but more than it is often given credit for. As a minister, it tends to creep into my sermons, reminders that grief precedes justice, can lead us to beauty, and this beauty reminds us why we fight. A want for awe, as so often it is beholden to beauty. Years ago, my mom and I went to Cuba, an epic trip involving too many mojitos and mishaps, and evenings absorbing the beauty and vastness of the ocean from the Malecón. A year ago, I returned to Cuba with a close friend, my daughter, and my mom, her ashes tucked away in my bag. The ocean was wild, crashing against the rock esplanade, threatening anyone who dared approach. With my friend holding my daughter and a bottle of rum in hand, I approached the crashing waves. I was in awe and ready to be in more awe as I sprinkled her ashes into the ocean. And as I did this, as I took a handful of them and put them in the ocean, with the wind and the waves, they came right back at me. The waves splashing up the ashes, and whoever was in them came up into my face, scaring my daughter and leaving me in that place somewhere between the terrible and beautiful awe. I had a lot of awe about disbelief. How had my mother been reduced to ash? How is what I'm holding, how was it once bone and flesh? What does it mean that she is really gone forever? And coupled with this was, wow, the ocean is so beautiful and brings a beautiful awe to it all. In the midst of all of this, I felt the fear of my mother, fear of the rocks, the rough sea, and the unknown. And then I heard the voice my mom always used when I was afraid. So I took a swig of rum, released more of her ashes into the sea, hoping that they wouldn't come back at me this time, and whispered the words she used to tell me. It's okay, Mom. It's going to be wonderful. It's an unknown, but it's going to be a wonderful adventure. In the midst of when we are afraid, when the waves bring awe, darkness, a great expanse, and the unknown, let us feel and remember what takes our breath away. Where do you woa and wonder? Where are you most in awe? Find these answers, and in the face of awe, lean into them so that we can dream with great beauty and awe beyond the injustices that persist, so that we can connect to a transcendence that demands a greater imagination than fascism, capitalism, and violence could ever fathom. Let us be in awe, so remember we are not alone, we are connected, and we are the ones who will dream, imagine, and build out a future of awe and hope. Now let us remind ourselves of all the awe we collectively feel. Awe is for us all here. Awe is possibility. Awe is wonder and the sky. Awe is canyons. Awe is the Grand Canyon. We feel awe with a sense of wonder. Awe is a sense of wonder. Awe is the power of senses of love. Awe is beyond. Awe is the difference language can make. Awe is music and friendship. Awe is the beautiful acronym of awesome, wonderful experience. Awe is music and music again. Awe is beyond. Awe is seeing us together. Awe is nature. Awe is the stained glass windows here and beyond. Ah is love and friendship. Ah is beyond. I love the words, miracles despite it all. Miracles despite the pain and weight of the world. The miracle of someone, of God, a horde of goddesses coming in amidst it all and saying, "Are you okay, honey? Are you going to church?" What is more miraculous than moments like that? So let us drop to our knees and surrender. But as we drop to our knees and surrender, we surrender not to give up, but to give in to all you have in being, creating, and seeing the awe that connects us to each other in a fight for all that is beautiful, in a fight for all that is just. Amen and blessed be. If you would now join me in rising as you are willing and able and singing our closing hymn, Go Lifted Up, in the Teal hymnal 1057.
Please join in our unison affirmation as Nancy extinguishes our chalice. Apagamos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, ni el calor de la comunidad, ni el fuego del compromiso. Estos los llevamos con nosotros y los ofrecemos para bendecir al mundo. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry with us and offer as gifts unto the world.
Let us, in awe and in the creation of awe, make it known to each other that we will not give up the beauty. We will not give up beauty and awe that is the fighting for each other, never giving up, just giving in to feeling and building and dreaming and awe that is hope, a hope that is awe. One of my favorite lines of a poem are by Assata Shakur, the activist and writer who, in her words, leaves me in awe, courage, and hope. She ends a particular poem with, I believe in living, I believe in birth. I believe that a lost ship steered by tired, seasick sailors can still be guided home to port.